Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to our parent chat here in the elementary school. My name is Chris and this is Danny.
Morning,
Danny, if you can switch over to the next slide.
Okay.
So hopefully for those people who are new here, at some point you'll get down and you'll be able to see some of the beautiful bridges that Vietnam has to offer. So in terms of building bridges, our theme for this year, we'd like you to put your name in the chat and the names of your children and the grades so that parents can start making connections about who's in the room with them. And we will get started. So last week, we kind of did a recap, a review of all the sessions that we've done so far. If you missed any of those and you want to go back and rewatch, those are on the parent portal for you to look at. And every week after our sessions, we send out an email with the links so that you have the ability to just click through and read any of the articles that we've mentioned or any of the videos that might help support the work that we've talked about. So last week, we really talked about the health and well-being of parents, because we know when you are doing well, your children do a lot better. And so it was just a reminder to take care of yourselves. On Sunday, this Sunday, it's World Mental Health Day. And so it's a good opportunity to talk about mental health with your children, to highlight how you're working on your own mental health and supporting them. And then we had 3 different resources there: the Keys to Wellbeing from the Greater Good Science Center. Save the Children had a great article on mental health for children, and then some World Mental Health Day resources out of the UK. This week, we are handing it over to Danny, who's going to help us learn a little bit more about control.
Thanks, Chris. As we get started, I just want to take a couple of deep breaths. I think 2 is enough with this picture. So we're just going to follow along. Breathe out here, breathe in. Just make sure you control your breath because you might not run out. You might run out of oxygen space in your lungs. All right, here we go. We're going to breathe in now. Hold. Breathe out. Okay, I'm unmuted now. Okay, as we get started, I want to just start talking about control. And I want to boldly start by saying we are all somewhat of a control freak. And I think that kind of has a negative connotation to it, but having control is, I think, a good thing. It helps us with a sense of certainty. By having control of a schedule, a to-do list, it helps us complete tasks. And having control helps us predict what's going to happen. And so as we start thinking about control, I want to start probing some thoughts in you. What are your non-negotiables? And what I mean by that is, what are things that you like to have control over? It could be an exercise that you do, maybe a jog or hitting the gym. Maybe it's the way you cook certain meals that you have to do, or maybe the way you organize your kitchen. Laundry, is it a specific detergent that you use? The way you specifically fold some clothes? Maybe it's a specific coffee brand or a drink that you like to have in the morning, or it could be a ritual or a routine that you have in general. For me, I have a very specific morning routine where I have to get a dark black Americano within 30 minutes of waking up, and it's got to be a French press. And I like to drink that while I read the news. Like for me, that is a morning routine and ritual that is a non-negotiable that I have control over. And I'm sure all of you are now kind of thinking and going, you know what, I do have something like that as well. So why am I talking about control? I like to bring out Abraham Maslow, an American psychologist, who talks about this hierarchy of needs. And he categorized this with a motivational theory. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but if you start looking at this chart, we can start identifying that as we go lower onto the different types of motivational needs, the more control that's required in those areas. So food, sleep, water, security, health, finances, and it goes up. When Maslow pointed out this theory, he said that, you know, you need to fulfill one before moving on to the next. But he actually went back and kind of corrected that later and said, you don't need to, it's not an all or nothing thing. It's a fluid kind of moving in and out, and life circumstances can change. And I mentioned that specifically because I want you to start thinking about COVID and how we lost some areas of control. So why is this important? Seeking control is not bad. And I'm going to say this again, because I believe like we have this negative thought pattern about how control is bad, you know, micromanaging bosses, people who are always digging into our lives and trying to control everything. But it's not a bad thing. The sense of control helps bring about certainty, predictability, and safety. And the best example, an example that we can all relate to, is how COVID reshaped our lives and we lost these areas of control. Whether it was your morning routine of going outside, whether it was being able to plan for vacations and breaks, family reunions, or even just being able to, if you're a social butterfly, to be able to gather with your friends. So we lost these areas of control. And we can all relate to how that felt and how much anxiety or maybe nervousness, anger that we might have felt as we were trying to cope with those things. And so think about our kids. And I want to start bridging over the concept of control and ownership. As an IB school, we encourage students to take ownership of their learning. That's because, you know, ownership and having control leads to more creativity, productivity, responsibility as kids start to pave their own learning path. The best example is it's the difference between being told to read a book and then being excited to read a book and being eager to look things up, being eager to and passionate to start digging deeper. So how can I apply this now that we kind of know the background a little bit? Give control to get control. And what I mean by this is, well, actually what I'm not meaning by this is don't give your child an iPad and say, you know what, you're in charge of your learning, do whatever you want. That's the last thing I'm saying. What I'm saying is choose when, where, and how you give control. You still hold the reins. You are guiding your children, exercise that sense of control and ownership at home. So here's the first one. The power of choice. And I think a lot of parents pick this up as their parenting skill or parenting tool very early on. And it's the question of, do you want A or B? So an example would be, you're not negotiating whether the end or the outcome is going to change. If your kid needs to get on Zoom for class, they're going to get on Zoom. But the medium that they're getting onto that Zoom can be something that they have a little bit of control over. So you can say, do you want to get on Zoom using the iPad, or do you want to get on Zoom using your laptop? So you're giving them the option, but the ending is not going to change. Using open-ended questions. You walk by your child's room and you see that they're lying on the floor, on the carpet, rolling around. Their Zoom is on, but they're clearly not focused. And you can either say, hey, you need to get on and sit down by your computer. But that's kind of taking that power away from them of that situation. And you're just kind of telling what to do, you to control over. Open-ended questions like, hey, why do you think that's not the best way of learning? Give them control over that situation. And, you know, they'll respond with, oh, I'm bored. This is boring. You know, I can't focus. Then you can loop into the power of choice. Do you want A or B? Well, do you want to go take a glass of water and then come back? Or maybe after this class, we can go for a walk. So you're giving them a little bit more control and a sense of ownership of these scenarios and their behavior and actions. Number 3, give something to do. When you're going shopping, maybe you can say, hey, I need tomatoes. You want to go grab some tomatoes for me? You're setting up a dinner table. You can say, hey, you want to help me, you know, clean the vegetables? You want to set the table up for me? Give them a little bit of control. At the end of the day, if they need to clean up their workspace, give them something to do. Give them the agency and the ownership to start cleaning up. The last one, reflecting and rephrasing, I think is a huge one. Oftentimes, kids love sharing. especially even during guidance. I have a lot of kids that want to share. And what I try to do is I always try to reflect and rephrase what they're saying, because I want them to feel like what they're sharing had value and they had control over the stage when they were sharing. So if your child is coming to you and saying stuff like, you know, I learned something so awesome about a stegosaurus in class and it's a new dinosaur, we can easily say, oh yeah, that's really cool. You can tell me more about it, and try to get them to talk a little bit and go over it. But you can also rephrase and say, wow, stegosaurus, I love stegosaurus, that's so cool. Like, what else did you learn about it? And giving and rephrasing that to let them know that they had control over that discussion, over that scenario. That was a lot. Was I too fast, Chris? Okay. Here's a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip that I found. I'm just going to give you a minute to read through that. Yeah, I love Calvin and Hobbes because they're just such good comic strips that can capture these moments, real life lessons that we can extract from them. I just want to end with a challenging thought, because I think control is always good, but there's also bad forms of control that we latch onto. And so I just want you to think about what areas of control that you have in your lives that might not be the healthiest, and what areas of control that we might have over, our children might have over, that are not the healthiest. So it could be a bad habit, a bad routine that we've set up that's not the healthiest, but we find comfort in. So whether that's gaming, whether that's social media use, phone use, because there are often times when we do set up control and it's not the best way that we could be engaging with the homework.
So every week we like to send you off with a little bit of homework. We've got two articles here. So one is Giving Children Choices, and the second is from the Child Mind Institute, and we refer to them a lot. It's a group of psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists in the United States, and they run physical brick and mortar operations, but they're also very present online. It's a great site to go through if you have questions about anything relating to children. So it's our task for you is to plan for the well-being of your children by deciding how you can give them a little bit more control this week. We know that things have opened up a little bit in Hanoi, and so it may be, do you want to go out for a bike ride or do you want to go out for a walk? Because the choice is not, do you want to go out? It's how do you want to be out in the world? Because we know that some children are having a difficult time with wanting to engage in the outside world because it's been pretty scary for a while. But the non-negotiable, as Danny said, is we are going outside. It's how we do it. And then you can reflect on that when you come back as a family and think about how you're going to do that again next time, and show that that give and take is there in your family. So we look forward to meeting with you again next week, where we will give you some more quick parenting tips. As always, we ask that you reach out to Danny or I with questions.